Sometimes you wake up with a weight on your chest that you can't quite identify. You open your eyes, but the world still looks gray. You stare at the ceiling and think, why do I feel this way? You don't feel like getting up, and you don't have the energy to keep going. Doubts, frustrations, and memories invade your mind like an enemy army. And the hardest part is feeling like you're fighting that war completely alone, as if no one could truly understand what you're going through. But I want to tell you something. You are not alone. I am here with you, and not just me, but everyone who is part of this brotherhood called Stoic Lessons. No one here judges you. We are here to lift you up, to give you strength from within, because it is possible to overcome that sadness and regain control. Today I want to prove it to you. I'm going to share with you 10 lessons that you can apply precisely in your darkest moments. These are not empty theories. They are tools that great sages like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus used to remain steadfast in the midst of far darker storms. You can do it too. So stay here, listen carefully, and above all, believe in yourself. Because this, brother, too shall pass. Lesson 1. Stop looking for someone to blame. When sadness arrives, the first thing we do is try to point a finger at someone. It feels easier to blame than to take responsibility. But that reaction doesn't set you free. On the contrary, it ties you down. Saying that you feel bad because others failed you, because the world is unfair, or because no one understands you may give you a momentary relief, but it robs you of your true power, the power to act. Epictetus taught that it's not what happens but how you interpret it that defines your destiny. The more you blame the outside world, the less control you have over your own life. Do something radically stoic. Take responsibility, not as a burden, but as freedom. When you say, "This depends on me," you stop being a victim and become the architect. You won't be able to change everything that happens, but you can change the way you respond. And there, brother, lies far more power than you imagine. Lesson 2. Move, even without feeling like it. Sadness paralyzes you, I know. It keeps you trapped in bed, with your mind spinning in a never-ending loop. But listen, movement breaks that cycle. You don't need to run a marathon or transform your life in a single day. Take one step, just one. Walk for a few minutes, clean your room, do a push-up, breathe deeply and stretch your arms. Do it as an act of rebellion, as a symbol. Seneca said that no wind is favorable for the one who doesn't know where he is going, but right now, the only thing you need is for the wind to start blowing, and that happens by moving, even if only a little. Don't wait until you feel like it. The body drags the soul, and one small action can spark the flame. That first step could become the beginning of your resurrection. Lesson 3. Don't isolate yourself, but don't run away either. When you're going through a hard time, there are two harmful extremes: locking yourself away or distracting yourself with everything you can. Both are traps. Isolation feeds your inner demons. Constant distraction numbs you, but it doesn't heal you. Stoicism is not about escaping pain, but about facing it head-on with clarity. Find balance. Talk to someone who can listen without judging. Write down what you feel, express it, and if you don't have anyone nearby, remember that here, in Stoic Lessons, there are thousands like you who have already gone through the same thing. You are not an oddity. You are not broken. You are human, and humans need connection. Lesson 4. Embrace the present without poisoning it with the past. Many times what hurts the most is not the present, but what we keep carrying. Mistakes, disappointments, losses, words spoken or received. But you know something? The past no longer exists. It only lives in your mind, and you feed it every time you relive it. It's like a fire that keeps burning because you continue throwing wood on it. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts, and those thoughts must be rooted in the present, not in what once was." Breathe. Look at what is in front of you. You are alive. And as long as you breathe, there is a path to walk. You don't need to solve everything today. Just decide that your past will not dictate your future. Today is a blank page, and you choose what to write on it. Lesson 5. Stop demanding perfection from yourself. There is a silent cruelty in wanting to be flawless all the time, strong, brave, productive, smiling, even when the world is collapsing. That is not strength. It is inner tyranny. You did not come here to be perfect, but to grow, to learn, to fall, and to rise as many times as necessary. The Stoics were not cold or insensitive beings. They were human in all their depth. Seneca wept. Marcus Aurelius faced dark days. Epictetus endured contempt, poverty, and slavery. But none of them gave up. They understood that true courage is not in never falling, but in rising with dignity. Treat yourself with compassion. You are not weak for being sad. You are brave for still being here. Every step, no matter how small it may seem, is a victory. Do not compare yourself to anyone but your past self. And if today you move even a millimeter further than yesterday, that is already progress. Lesson 6. Nourish your mind with discipline, not with garbage. When you are going through a hard time, your mind becomes vulnerable, like a fortress with its gates wide open. And everything you allow in can either help lift you up or finish tearing you down. Social media, comparisons, negative news, other people's criticism, all of that can be a slow poison that dims your spirit without you even noticing. That is why the more fragile you feel, the more discipline you need with what you consume. Read something that inspires you. Listen to the wise, and not to the charlatans. Surround yourself with words that elevate you, not with those that drag you down. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't decide what to plant, weeds will grow. Feed your thoughts with reason, virtue, and temperance. Your mind is your sanctuary. Don't allow just anyone to enter with dirty feet. Lesson 7. Do something for someone else, even if you're broken. It may sound contradictory. How can I help someone if I don't even know how to help myself? But listen carefully. Within this Stoic truth lies immense strength. When you give, you heal. When you serve, you grow. When you offer yourself to another, you find purpose. Make a call, offer advice, listen attentively. Write a few words that may bring comfort. Not because you have all the solutions, but precisely because you know what it feels like to hurt. Suffering has made you more sensitive and aware, and that makes you more capable of understanding and easing someone else's pain. Seneca said, "While we teach, we learn. And while you help, you rebuild yourself. You become useful, you connect, and in that simple gesture, your soul begins to breathe again. Don't wait until you are whole to give. Give from your cracks, because sometimes it is precisely through them that the light enters." Lesson 8. Speak to yourself as you would to a wounded brother. The voice that lives in your head can be your worst enemy or your greatest ally. Have you listened to yourself lately? Would you treat someone you love the way you treat yourself? Many times you call yourself useless, weak, a failure, and each word sinks deeper. That is not Stoicism. That is cruelty disguised as high standards. Epictetus taught that the mind is like a gardener. It can plant either beauty or destruction. So choose your words carefully, with the same tenderness you would use to comfort a wounded brother. Don't tell yourself, "I'm worthless." Tell yourself, "I am in progress, I am fighting, I am learning." The voice you repeat in your mind is the one that shapes you the most. Make it firm but compassionate, clear but fair. Do not abandon yourself in your own judgment, because if you are not with yourself, no one else can be. Lesson 9. Remember that nothing is eternal, not even this pain. Everything that feels endless today will also pass. Pain is not forever. Sadness has no eternal roots. The problem is that inside the tunnel, we believe there is no exit. But listen to me. There is always light at the end, even if you cannot see it right now. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, negative visualization. They imagined losses, illnesses, death, not to torment themselves, but to remember how brief everything is. What seems unbearable today will tomorrow be just a memory, and even a lesson. Do the same. Look at your sadness from the outside, as if you were observing it from the top of a mountain. You will see that it is only a cloud in the sky. And the sky, brother, always remains. Do not stop because of a storm. Keep walking because this too shall pass. Lesson 10. Transform this pain into a new beginning. And now that you've made it this far, make a decision. Do not run from what you feel. Do not deny it. Accept this pain, embrace it, and transform it, because you have the power to make this very moment the turning point that gives meaning to everything that is to come. You are not broken. You are in the middle of transformation. Every blow, every fall, every tear is forging something inside you. You decide, stay on the ground, or rise and become someone stronger. You choose whether this sadness will be a wound or a seed. The great men we admire were not born strong. They became strong when they decided not to let suffering destroy them. You can too. You must too. Not out of pride, but out of purpose. This is your moment, your rebirth. And if you have listened this far, you are already part of something greater than yourself. You are part of this legion that does not surrender. We are Stoic lessons. If this message has sparked even a single flame within you, stay with us. Subscribe. Join this community of men and women who rise each day to conquer their mind, their life, and their destiny. Here we don't just share lessons, we share purpose. You are not alone. There are many of us, and together we will keep moving forward. Take a deep breath, lift your head, and look ahead once more. Today you are no longer the same person who began this path. You have remembered what you are capable of enduring. You have learned to look within yourself. And that, brother, is the first step toward your true freedom. I'll see you in the next battle, soldier.